Hello people, what is going on? Trying to figure out which way to take so I don't get cooked in the heat. But I think I'm gonna take this way. It can't be that bad. Anyway, gotta get back, got some business to take care of. It's gonna be a little bit noisy because we're gonna be on the side where traffic's at. But anyway, I got a lot to talk to you about. So, how did we end up getting a strike on the YouTube account where we got banned for 7 days? Interesting. There's a crybaby involved in this. So the reason why we got banned from YouTube for 7 days is because we had a crybaby. So, message to the crybaby. I'll see you in court. And I told you at the end of the day, look, you can cry all you want on YouTube. You can make all the false accusations you want. We filed a private criminal complaint against you in Allentown. So, guess what? Sunshine, you're coming here. When you do get here, I've also filed criminal charges against you. I'm going to have you arrested. So anyway, yeah, you already know from the door. So yeah, he was crying about something about us posting some information about him. Buddy, your information is posted everywhere. I have a Facebook account. I have private server accounts. You're posted everywhere. Removing us, having us down for 1 week at YouTube isn't going to stop the situation that the very evidence that we posted against you is the very evidence we're using against you in court. And if all goes well, you won't be going back to California once you step foot here, and you won't, trust me. But anyway, yeah, that's what happened. But anyway, like I said, I got other channels. I have the other channel that we use, posted stuff over there. I'm on 16 different forum sites on our black technology and whatever else we've designed. So we're on that. So this guy is such a child at the end of the day, and I'll tell you why he's such a child. So the minute they put the ban on us for 1 week, he sends me an email. I will share the email with you. And in the email, he states that, hey, why don't you just do a live video with me? Jamie, here's the thing. If I get a ban from YouTube, I think I would get some kind of a notification saying we're banned. But that's only one channel. I got 4 different YouTube channels that I use, and I use those for business. So we can upload on any one of those channels and do business, as we did. Showing off that new silver technology. See how gorgeous that is? You know what that thing does? That is the first silver projection screen that can operate in direct sunlight. It's like when we did the ad tech technology, and we can use that stuff at 300 lumens outside. So you see what that stuff looks like on a, mind, we're just using a $50 projector. We're not using anything 4K. We're not using anything high-end, nothing expensive. We're using a $50 720p projector compared to the 300 or 1,000 lumen projectors that we used in our demonstrations. That's why I said anything hitting those screens at 4K or 1080p, because we're going to use 1080p's now, it's going to look absolutely insane on that technology. So Fernando got mad and upset because his information was posted. Dude, your address is public domain. Anyone can find you. The email that you sent to us, which I find kind of funny, for a person who feels that he went to YouTube and complained, he was being doxxed. Consider the fact that sent us an email, you can't be found at all. And all the emails you've been sending us, again, I told you, we've been sending those emails out to the courts. I'm going to be printing up a bunch of stuff today, which is involving that email and a couple other stuff that Fernando has been contacting us with, some with some threats he's made. And we'll see you in court when you reach up here. But you're not going to be able to make it up here, we know that already. Everybody knows the story behind that one. You can't make it here. So Fernando, look, you can try to get our channels banned, whatever. You're coming to court, buddy. If you don't, Bounty Hunter says hello. You better figure out how to get your butt up here. Now complain about that one, princess. That's exactly what he did. Went to YouTube and complained. Hit me with that car, I'm gonna take your head off. Went to YouTube and complained. But Fernando, did that stop my company? No. I'm on multiple channels. We got that stuff posted everywhere. Our technology is getting contracted. I don't know what you, oh, I know what you're going to be doing in 2027. You're going to be in jail. 2027, we're getting $1 million contract. Today, well, yesterday, we had about 20 people up in front of the store looking at ad tech. Ad tech looks insanely gorgeous. It's up there running right now. They got it running right now in the store. It looks insanely gorgeous. That's my Bluetooth dying. I think it is, yeah, Bluetooth died. And gorgeous. It looks gorgeous. That's our technology. And guess what? It looks better than LED TVs. The LED screens, way better. This is going to cost the consumers, save the consumers a lot of money. This is going to make our company super, super rich. And we're just getting started. Ad tech is just the beginning of the stage of the technology we're engineering. We're just getting started. So yeah, he was bitter and upset and angry. Number one, he's bitter and upset about our products because our products are always better than his. And number two, we went in and showed at the end of the day that he doesn't know what he's doing. He literally was on YouTube talking about screen paints and projection. He didn't know what he was doing. Screens were coming up washed out. Stuff wasn't even tested correctly. And he didn't know anything about anything when it came to home theater projection. So here we are, technology, and we were testing in the park at 300 lumens. And that same person, Jamie the Bonehead, came in and said, "Oh, but you got to compete against Alec with the LEDs." No, buddy. We're actually going to overpower the LEDs easily. Nah, we're good. You can't compete with that. See, I find it interesting how people at the end of the day, how they can't compete with us. So they go to other outsources to try to say, look, they can take you. What about you at the end of the day? You talked all this trash about being the best products. And again, you ended up with some garbage paint that didn't even work. Customers are sitting there in some washed out, dark environment, looking at the screen, actually some little bit of light in two windows, and they can't get the screen operating. So you really didn't have what you claimed you had. All you had was smoke and mirrors. Which I find it interesting that he accused everybody else of having smoke and mirrors, and he was the one that actually had smoke and mirrors. It was much cooler down here. So, AdTech is fully installed. AdTech is at 100%, and it's using a $50 720p projector in eco mode, which means that projector does 4,000, and we got it running at 25,000 lumens. Sorry, 2,500 lumens. That's too high. 2,500 lumens. So it just shows that all that testing we did at 300 lumens, we said on camera, if we were to hit that thing with anything higher, the images would be incredible. So that means that silver technology we're engineering, that is the first silver screen that could take a direct hit from sunlight. Mind you, silver screens, that light, that caliber, have a very hard time of reading outside or anywhere inside because the screen has a problem with collecting contrast, and it has a problem with absorbing light, which causes the screen to wash out even faster. So that being said, we're the first ones to have it. First ones to have a silver technology that can read in sunlight at 120,000 lux at 300 lumens. And we picked up a vivid, sharp image with beautiful colors. That screen's going for $7,000. The distributorship, one of them, another company came in who saw that silver technology. They want to market it as the ultimate ultra throw screen. Oh yeah. And that screen we marked it at $7,000. That's what they're going to run for. We got some other stuff that's coming up. It's going to be lesser than that. But that particular technology, yeah, it's going to cost that kind of money. All right, so come over here. My chill spot. Got some things more than back past my chill spot. Ah, crap, we're back past the chill spot. Hold on for a minute. We got to go over here. Guys, before I go back in, I got to cross back over the bridge, which I'm glad the weather dropped. Because, man, it was super hot out here. But anyway, let's stop talking about the losers. Because, man, it's sad. I had a nerdy email me and say, when do we have a talk? First things first, what would I talk to you about at the end of the day? You have like a third grade reading level. You don't even understand half the things you say on camera. not to be rude, but he does. He doesn't even spell correctly. Why in the world would I even think about wasting any of my time? What's going on? Having a live stream conversation with that idiot. See what I did with my time, right? Did the installments, got ad tech up to 100%. Now we got orders for that technology in Allentown already. And like I said, we're going to hold off on all orders till 2027. Got more videos to upload, which I'm happy about. Man, I'm telling you, it's been a good couple of weeks. Bum, 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 bum. And what have you guys been doing? Except for crying on your channels. You better get ready for court. Next week we show documents. Fernando's court documents showing he has to appear in court. And Mr. Williams. Those two are first. Make it here, gentlemen. If you don't, you're in trouble. Whew, man, had a busy day today. That screen looks incredible. We got 8 stores already that want to get that product. This is 8 stores that came by and saw it. One guy is a major real estate agent for majority of Allentown. It's in his store. He saw it. He wants to know, can we apply it to other stores? We can't right now. That's the first store that got it. We did it as a gift for them. They have the stage 1 of AdTech, which AdTech has several levels to it. There's an advanced version of it that's coming out pretty soon. If you notice our name change, the reason why the name changed because we have a screen paint coming out in 2027. Or it's not for customers, it's strictly for companies only. Because I thought about it. We're not going to be able to get a physical a motorized projection screen for a while, about a year or so, maybe. You got to bring in an engineer for that. It involves a lot. We got to bring in an engineer to do that. We're going to need a mechanical patent for that. That takes time to do. Just can't get that out of the blue sky. You got to build it yourself. So until then, we're going to come with a high-performance screen paint that will allow people that are using motorized projection screens or fixed frame screens to be able to convert their product over to a better technology. As you can see in the store, Aroma of India. You see how beautiful that screen looks in there? I can walk in that environment anywhere I want, and that thing will pick up. And mind you, the projector's running in eco mode. It's 720p, and I'm using that eco mode 2500 lumens. And I can walk anywhere in that environment. Matter of fact, you can see it. People have seen it before they go into the store. They can see that screen. What did naysayers say on Google? You guys went in and said at the end of the day that our products are washed out and they're better off getting TVs. They said that thing looks just like a TV. And the AdTech, man, once we start converting those into the 100-inch, 120-inch, 150-inch massive outdoor screens or indoor screens or whatever the heck you want to use it for, because pretty much you can go anywhere with that stuff. Well, it's going to change the game. That's a game changer right there. Right now, it's display. So if you're in Allentown, go down and check it out. Check out our amazing screens and check out some amazing Indian food while you're down there. And as for your naysayers, well, we know you guys went on Google and made those statements, but keep in mind, when you went on Google and made that statement, that's slander against my business, which means I hired a cyber investigator to track your IP address, and sooner or later, I'll get a subpoena from the courts to get access to your data. And that means that once I get access to your data, I'm going to know exactly where you live at, where you work at, the whole 9 yards. So get ready for lawsuits, because they are coming. And these lawsuits aren't cheap. These lawsuits range from anywhere from $150,000 to $250,000 for slandering my company. We're coming. Anyway, with that being said, technology looks amazing. Enemies are being crushed. It looks absolutely gorgeous. See, you trolls work for me. That's why I keep explaining to you. You work for Mr. Byrd. When you go out and make statements like that, people will come down and see the screen. Because they want to see how bad these things look, because, you've heard of projector screens looking awful. Man, when they come in and see those screens, they go, wow, these screens are absolutely gorgeous. You bring me money. That's what you do. You work for me. Like Jamie. Jamie went out and made all those statements about our products not working. People went out and bought our products. Yeah. Oh, by the way, I got some videos I got to show you. There's a fellow going to be doing a tailgating party. He's going to be showing off some of the technology we engineered in this big setup he's going to be doing. So we'll be sharing some more videos and demonstrations of more happy customers for you haters out there. Oh, man, it sucks to be you guys. And on top of that, in 2027, we signed a big contract We're about to go global. They haven't even, I'm gonna invite the fellow to come down and see that screen. We had about 20 people out there staring at this thing. Everybody thought it was LED. They thought it was the LCD panels. I was like, no, it's a projection. So from the person I talked to in the business, you guys don't know people in the business, but the person I talked in the business about the distributorship contract was talking about how the LED screens, the display units, are very expensive. You're talking about $10,000, $20,000 unit. And these aren't one unit. This is actually individual brick units, tile units connected together. Now, if one of these tiles happen to burn out or overheat, that means you have a dead spot in your screen. Much like when you have, what do you call it, the plasma TVs and the OLEDs and so forth. You get that dead pixel that pops up. Same thing plagues those screens also too. On top of that, they're not as easy as they say to configure them and put them together. It's a process with it. But if you burn out one of these panels, that means you're going to have to wait to get another panel. If you got a bunch of them sitting on the side, and most people don't, you're going to have to wait. Until then, you got a dead pixel staring you in the face, much like TVs do. But our technology doesn't have that issue because it's projection, which means that the screen will remain the same. The only thing you have to maintenance is a projector, and that's low costing, especially when they don't cost a lot of money to run the technology. See, gentlemen, you think small. We think bigger than you. I knew LED technology was coming. LED technology, what you're saying, is nothing new. That stuff has been out for years. It just hit a different plateau. And it does something different this time. It's flexible. You can submerge them underwater. You step on them. It's different. But still, same problems of maintenance and expensive costs. Now, out here, a person can do an entire window. Spend 720p for a projector, cost them $50. And have a screen that looks just like an LED LED. With the projector only basically 720p. And the maintenance is next to nothing. When they get done, they can roll that up and stick that in their bag and take the same screen and use that at their storefront home to watch TV in. 12 o'clock in the afternoon, got a nice patio, maybe you want to go out there and watch the game, enjoy by the pool, you can do that with that technology. See, all these naysayers and people are developing gray screens, you are obsolete. You're absolutely obsolete. Why would anyone buy your stuff when we have a technology that allows the customer to go anywhere they want? Take your projector, go outside and play. They can't do that. See, you didn't think about the future. The thing about it is I can come on here and I can fight you trolls with one hand and develop technology with the next. I do both. You can't do that. Your brains are too small. It takes all your power and everything you have to think of cunning ideas to try to destroy us when all we do is just grow bigger and bigger. So, if you're in Allentown, check out the new technology. It looks absolutely gorgeous. We had a couple of police officers out there too, checking it out too. So the question was, are we going to make bigger screens? That's what we got from a lot of people, and we said, yes, there are bigger screens coming out. That is the absolute drip. When it's a drip, college kids are saying now, the drip. Yeah, that'd be the drip, and your projection screen set up see-through. Oh, no, we have so much more technology. That's just the tip of the iceberg. It's the tip of the iceberg. That's a small little drop in the bucket of what we're engineering next. We have 20 screens about to be coming out in 2027. Our technology will be global. And already in 2027, the SFEG technology, which is going to be changing pretty soon to its new name, once we get the information back from Uncle Sam, it's going to go global. So, you guys, and I'm going to make a website for just for the haters. Your progress on everything you try to do against us. To try to destroy our company. All your little comments about how our business is going to go under and all that stuff. It's just a shame you, that's all. Most of you will be in jail, so who cares? But yeah, Fernando cried to YouTube, as he usually does. I told you when he went and he made this complaint saying, oh, we removed videos. No, that's Fernando going and crying to YouTube. Also, YouTube has a lawsuit coming. Oh, hello, YouTube, by the way. Yeah, we sent you multiple complaints about people posting my face without permission, using our cube without permission. That's copyrighted, by the way, YouTube. You're big on copyright, right? But you let other people use our cube without permission, and you ignored because we have letters that came back from them of them saying that we found nothing wrong. YouTube's worth how much? Yeah, there you go. And yet we have multiple bans on our account that we received from posting information that we could literally use in court, which we are going to use. So you know how bad that's going to look for YouTube? The fact that we contacted multiple times about our company being slandered, our addresses being doxxed, and our company being harassed. and they did nothing about it, but yet they attacked us. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. And if YouTube ever sits there and says, well, the evidence we used was considered to be criminal, no, it's actually real, YouTube. That stuff actually did happen, and we can use that in court and win, which that's not going to go good for you in court. Yep. Now, if YouTube decides to say today, well, we'll just remove you from, we don't care. I wish I could curse. There's so many things I would say to YouTube, but I don't curse. We don't care about that. We're about to sign a distributorship contract, which means I wish I could give you the middle finger, but I can't because I'm a Christian. But oh, I so want to so badly. See, gentlemen, this is what you have to understand. Oh, I'm getting new boots. Hey, these are other ones too. They're nice too, but I wore them out already. You understand, once you achieve a distributorship contract for your company's technology, this means that once we become, manufacturing, research, and development, we don't ever have to sell a screen ever again. We signed a contract, which means we signed a contract with Sony, we signed a contract with Disney, we signed a contract with, I can't say the other companies, the company going to be signed as well pretty soon. It's a big company too. And they deal with, this is a major chain, they deal with Black Diamond, Elite screens, all the, bells and whistles of all the high-end projection screens. We're going to be with the big dogs pretty soon in 2027. So with that being said, that means at the end of the day, it doesn't make a difference what the freak you say, because at the end of the day, we're getting signed. We're about to make Boku cash. Oh, I'll tell you something. Seeing that ad tech produced like that, it looks absolutely gorgeous. Right now, we got a fish tank playing in the window right now. Weather got a lot cooler. So my future's bright. Just as bright as my technology. Oh, I like that. I like that. And naysayers are upset and angry. Now, that silver screen, how long did it take you guys to develop a silver screen? You can't even get a silver screen right. This is why I said y'all don't know what y'all doing. You don't even understand black technology. Not for long you're going to understand silver technology. Do you have a silver screen that can produce a colorful image at 300 lumens in direct sunlight at 120,000 lux? Do you have that? Oh, we have that. And it's not even front and rear. Did you notice that? It's a front projection. Usually when we develop a technology that's designed for transferring light from A to B, we use rear projection, which is interesting because when light passes through it, it actually generates the images. It allows the images to actually generate a higher gain, which you would never understand that because you don't study anything. You just talk trash. So this technology that we coded to the screen is a different version of the ad tech. It will allow anything that's front projection only to be able to read in sunlight. Do you have any idea what kind of power that is at the end of the day? Let me explain to you what it means. It means that any screen, any surface, anything we coat with that technology now has the ability to read in sunlight. That's what we proved in the demonstration. It wasn't about to show you that the screen was silver. It was the fact that we picked a screen that we knew had the highest failure rate of producing in fully lit environments. Silver screens wash out faster than gray screens because they generate a ton of light. They also hotspot like crazy. So that's why you have to use much lower lumen projectors when you're using silver screens. And you can't have them in tons of lighting because the screen will basically fail miserably, which we had ours outside at 300 lumens at 120,000 lux of direct sunlight. Which means if we could recolor off that screen and it came up that vivid and that sharp, that means that we can have the first silver projection screen outside that can read. You know what that's going to do for the projection screen industry when it comes to ultra short throw? Majority of most ultra short throw screens are silver. You know why they're not dark? The reason why they're not dark because ultra short throw screens have a very difficult time reading the angle, which means when you turn to the side they go dark. See, the problem is that when you have that reflective surface that a lot of the certified screens like to use, it has a narrow viewing cone effect. This plagues the daylights out of an ultra short throw or short throw projector. The naysayers out there, if you had studied this, you would have known this, but you don't because you don't do research and you don't study. That's why if you look at the ultra short throw screens with any company, they're light silver. Yep. When I did the, what was the screen we had? We had the, Dark Star 9. The Dark Star 9 is a darker screen for long throw projectors, but when it comes to the short throw and ultra short throw version of it, it's lighter. And still, even though that has to be used in some form of ambient controlled environment, because it does have issues, even though it's ALR technology, and even though the projector is sitting much closer than the long throw projector, which I don't know, did the math on that one. But also, too, consider the fact that you can't even take it outside because it'll have all kinds of issues. AR screens don't work well outside. I did testing, and I can't actually post those tests because they get me sued, but I did my own personal testing, and it doesn't go well. Every reflective surface wreaks havoc on the screen. But we figured out a way how to make a silver screen. Also, too, it reads an invisible contrast technology, too, like that shifting stuff we developed. But anyway, yeah, we can have the first ultra short those silver screen outside. And if you can operate outside, and this is the part we have to help the naysayers because their brains don't click too well, listen to me. The reason why we did 300 lumens, because if we can get a 300 lumen projector to work outside on a silver technology, inside it would be an absolute cakewalk with the projectors they use today. That's why the AdTech technology, when we engineered it, why we're walking all over Allentown and we're doing demonstrations on 300 lumen projectors in direct sunlight. Do you have any idea what that stuff would look like if a 2500 lumen projector struck that screen? Just like a TV. Why you guys, when y'all do demonstrations and everybody else, y'all use the most expensive projector you can possibly use. And it still fails, which is sad. Y'all have learned nothing at all. So, in 2027, we're going to own everything. We're going to dominate everything. I got technology for outside, I got technology for inside, I got technology for ceilings, for floors, I got technology for projector mapping application, integrated technology, AI technology. We cover everything. Gaming technology, dedicated theater rooms, we cover everything. And now even storefront. Woo. And what do you call it? The LED screens. The LED screens is going to make my company super rich. And I tell you why. Because they're so expensive. That's how we made so much money off the screen innovation and DMP Supernova and the Firehawk G4. You know why we made so much money? Because here's the thing to the naysayers. You think that the products that you have are equal to what we make. They're not. We'll challenge you in court on that any day of the week. Let me know. I'll challenge you in court if you feel that way. But we did testing. We had certified screens. All those certified screens, all the different companies had collections of them, stacks and stacks of them. Now, if I can prove on AVS forums or any kind of forum site that I developed a screen paint that can overpower a certified screen that costs $6,000 to $7,000 compared to a screen paint that costs $4,000 to $5,000, customers pay that. When Jamie got on his channel, started crying about our product, saying, I don't see why anyone's spending $400 to $500 a quart for his product. Because Fernando, when I did my testing against certified. A Phantom can knock out 17 certified screens easily. What can your product do? Your product can't even beat a basic house paint. So that's why your product isn't worth anything. It wasn't even worth 90 bucks. It was probably worth $13, $14 at most. So for people who had the money, who didn't want to spend $7,000, $8,000, $5,000 for an expensive high-end certified screen, they could buy the black technology for $300 to $400. I figured out a way how to develop a technology far better than theirs and charge far less. Now, the LED technology, which is we're going to be going against, because there's no projection screen that can survive out in sunlight. We already know that from the door. So the only thing that technology is going to be going against is the TV industry and LED technology. That's pretty much it. And the TVs are too expensive. We all know that. And the LEDs are super expensive. But we have a technology that can do what they can do and far better. Then guess what? We dominate. You guys haven't learned anything at all. While you were too busy complaining and crying about what we're doing, we're engineering new stuff. And meanwhile, we collected enough information on you down through time to get ready to start taking you to court. And some of you believe right now that we don't even know where you're located, and I'm here to tell you, we know where you're at. So if you feel at the end of the day that you haven't received any letters, nothing come to your front door whatsoever, because all this information's been gathered on you. Now we're going to start following. 2 documents I'll be showing off at the end of the month. We'll be showing off Mr. Williams, which we're following. We filed a private criminal complaint, also to a lawsuit against this building. And we're also going to be filing we already filed a private complaint against Jamie Fernando, which again, all those emails you sent me, Fernando, I printed them out. I'm going to be giving them to the courts. You know, the emails you sent me, we ranting and crying and screaming and yelling, all the death threats you sent on there. Yeah, they're going before a judge. Gosh, just make everything so easy. So what are you going to complain about, Mr. Byrd? I got gorgeous screens. I got a technology. Getting contracts signed in 2027. What are you guys doing? All right. Now, like I say before, screens are going to be very pricey. It isn't going to be the same as the screen paint. Screen paint was done, like I said, but the distributorships are handling this. We don't have any control of that. Now, we have to give out a fair price. The price has to be enough to cover them. Because again, like I said, their overhead is more than mine at the end of the day. See, before we didn't have any overhead. It was just us selling off the website. So with that being said, we could charge a very, very affordable price for the product. But now we're going to leave it up to a distributor to take over, for stores to market our products, for retailers and distributors to take over. Their overhead's a lot more money. So the screens are going to go up. Not more than the high-end expensive screens, but it's going to go up. Right now, that silver screen we showed you, that screen's $7,000. Oh, I gotta tell you about this one. We gotta share the email. Jamie contacted me. I don't know what's wrong with this guy. I think he's slow, retarded. Something's wrong with him. I know you can't say that word, but he's retarded. There's something wrong with him. He's a small child. This is what you guys are willing to go to jail for, really? This is what you're willing to go to jail for? It just shows you how dumb you guys are. This guy contacts me and goes, I'm in the middle of basically updating some software and getting ready to work on some interactive technology for some of the screens we're working on. And he sends us this email and he goes, oh, how about me and you go on live right now and have a live stream and we can talk. Talk to you about what, Fernando? There's nothing really to talk to you about. I'd rather have a conversation with this sidewalk I'm standing on right now than have a conversation with you. I would get more of an intellectual stimulation conversation from this than you. What will we even talk about? We're not even on the same level. What are you going to talk about? Weight gain? Well, no, I'm good at the end of the day. I work out every single day. Oh, you see my reflection in the mirror? Yeah. Anyway, what? Screen paints? Please, you don't know the first thing about screen paints. I have literally asked you serious questions and you couldn't answer anything I asked you to begin with, so that's gone. What else? Business? You don't know about business. You're a thief. Oh, by the way, when you do get here, we did challenge you on that whole, copyright and violation stuff you were doing. So yeah, you have to go before a judge on that one too. You don't know anything about business or anything else. No, I wouldn't even bother wasting my time on having a conversation with you. You're a child. You sat there and said to us, oh, how about we have a talk, Why? So I can basically find out my account is banned? Dude, I got 3 YouTube channels. I got 26 forum sites I sit on. On top of that, I have forum sites myself. So why in the world would I need to have a conversation with you? I can just redirect my energy any place I want to go. And I got stores out here at the end of the day that I can have my technology sitting in right now, showing off my technology, which they are. So why in the world would I care about one account? You know what we sent back to them? We told them to grow up. Same thing I just told you guys. I have multiple accounts. I can go where I want, which I did. I went to the other account and I posted it over there. And the stuff was received warmly. So what's the problem? Yeah, he's a child. And then we just told him at the end of the day, you're a small adolescent child. You need to grow up. And Fernando, we will see you in court. You better show up, Fernando. You better not disappear. I'm warning him. I'm giving him warning. Don't get a bench warrant on you. You get a bench warrant, it's going to be problems for you. You're going to alert the bounty hunter. Don't do that. Bounty hunter can't wait. He can't wait. He's excited. He can't wait to meet Fernando. He hopes he runs. I hope you run too. Look, you can get on your YouTube channel and cry all you want. Doesn't make a difference. Everything you do is being documented for court. Every email you send over, documented for court. They have a timestamp, and when we went and we filed against you, we can show the judge that long after we basically timestamped, he's still carrying on and acting on it. Fernando has to make it here. If Fernando does not make it here in Allentown, in Pennsylvania, at that courthouse at the due time, he will have an official bench warrant on his head. And that means Baldwin Police Department, Fernando, take it as a joke, I don't care, will come pick you up. And you can't do like you did with the process server. You can't shut the door and have your wife come to the door. They will force their way in and come get you. Do you understand me? They have a court order from a judge to come get you. So you better make sure you get here. And if you basically decide to run, if you decide to pack your stuff up and leave, then guess what? You activated a bounty hunter. I'm sorry, bounty hunters with an S, because there's more than one of them. Since you don't have no respect for America, you'll get a chance to meet a United States Marine, and they don't play around at the end of the day. You'll see what America really is about. So, let's see what happens. I told you, if you don't show up for court, I'm coming right up outside. I'm turning on my stream, and I'm going to say, he didn't show up. So, I don't care what you do. Scream, yell, complain, cry, whine, whatever you do on your channel, we don't care. Only thing we care about is you better make sure you make it here. You don't make it here, Fernando, you're in a ton of trouble. And don't even think at the end of the day, don't let any small-minded thoughts pop up in your head and think at the end of the day that, oh, if I basically ignore that letter, when that document gets there, when that letter gets there, that court letter gets there, if you ignore that, if you send that back, acting like you don't live there, oh, I made sure that when we filed against you, that the judge knows your landlord's name, all information has been applied to the courts to let them know that you do live at that residency. Also showing that the fact that you have a 3D printing company and all that other nonsense, that yeah, we got all that stuff. Your PayPal accounts, all that, everything. So you can use all that fake nonsense that I'm not there and blah, 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 blah. When it comes back to the courts and you're not there in that courtroom and that judge sits there and signs that 72-hour bench warrant, I guarantee you that Baldwin Police Department will be at your front door. And if you're not there and you decide to run, I guarantee you 100%, Fernando, as the nose sits on your face and my face, you will have the United States Marine hunting you down. He's a bounty hunter. He'll find you. If you can find pockets of terrorists in third world countries in the middle of nowhere, I'm pretty sure he can track you. So that's what you have to worry about. Mr. Williams, just to let you know that's going to be filed against you. I'm going to inform the FBI. The minute we get our document back from the court saying that we have a court date set up for you, I'm going to inform the United States Postal Federal about your court date. So that way they can be there in court when you reach over here in Pennsylvania, so we can have you arrested. So what else have the losers been doing on YouTube?
We went to the after party together.
Because honestly, at the end of the day, you guys have not been doing much but complaining. A lot of crying, though. A lot of crying. All right, sun's up. I'm going to pop back over this bridge real quick. I got things I got to take care of. I got to think about this big boy contract coming through. That is going to be a ton of responsibility. And I got to hire a work crew for this. Yeah, big one, too. Got to have HR. Got to have HR. Interesting. We're going to have HR. I'm actually going to be a big boss. So this is going to be interesting. Huh. Boy, you guys have done nothing with your time. The time you wasted basically worrying about what Mr. Byrd was doing, you could have been developing your own stuff. Could have got a contract. That'd have been real nice, right? Yeah. All right, that's basically about it. Law-to-door, gentlemen, law-to-door. Oh, man, that screen looks incredible, man. I got so many people coming down to the restaurant to eat. The food's freaking amazing. Oh, by the way, Tony Hayes, I had your address. Just want to let you know that little remark you posted on YouTube, not YouTube, but on Google, you slandered my company, right? I'm going to sue you in court, by the way. And I guarantee you, you can't cover it. I know you can't cover it. I've seen where you live at. You can't cover it. But yeah, I'll see you in court. Hope you got $250,000 laying around, because that's what I'm going to get you for in court. And I got your little comment at the bottom, too. I actually screenshot and everything. So how in the world can you say that you ate the food there and you're not even from the state? That's not going to go well for you in court. And if you think at the end of the day, gentlemen, we all know how this works, right? You got my phone number's right there. It's everywhere, right? All right. And I said this before. If you feel in any way that anything I'm saying out of my mouth that I can't hold you in court for, I can't sue you for making slander against my channel on YouTube, against my company, what you do is get yourself a real attorney, not a fake attorney, get a real attorney. Reach out to Mr. Byrd. You haven't done that. I've been saying that for about a year. So remember, if you anything I say on this channel, if you believe that's not true, then get an attorney. Reach out to us or sign our contract and see us in court. Anybody sign? No, nobody signed, right? Anybody get an attorney except for Jamie's fake attorneys? Anybody? Anybody at all? Anybody? All right then. Then if Mr. Byrd has been saying that for 1 solid year, telling you to get an attorney and reach out to me, send me a cease and desist order, whatever it is, send me something saying I can't say what I got to say because I don't have no proof to back it up, and no one sent me anything, that shows you're screwed in court. Going to YouTube and complaining to them at the end of the day, you little crybabies, and saying, oh, you want out here, we're going to use that same stuff against you in court. See, no one docks your address. You doxed your own address, you idiot. You posted it. You put it on it's on a site where anyone can find it. Jamie, I have your address connected to so many different forms. It's not even funny where your address is connected to. All your activity, like that whole thing we did with that whole thing called the something violation. 3D printing violation. That page is everywhere. If anyone had said anything on that page, you just know your comments are being read by the people you don't want them to read. These are people that can actually prosecute you in court. Yeah, my goodness. They're looking at it as a, counterfeiting ring. And Fernando may sit there and say at the end of the day, well, nothing's happened. Jamie, listen to me. You got to be here. Do you understand me? In that report we filed, there's so much stuff we put against you. We did it all in one hit. We got doxing, terroristic threats, even the individuals that were linked to Jamie's little group. You're actually in those documents with the courts. Mr. Matthews, you're in there. Daniel McAfee, Daniel McAfee, Danny Rock, you're all in those. All that's in there. You're in there. Crow's Cast is all in one big, huge, massive file. Everything's in there. The counterfeiting, the scams you're running, ripping people off, running a business without a license, you know what I mean? EIN numbers missing, stuff like that. Emails being sent to us bragging about you don't have paperwork and all that other crazy stuff, man. Documents that were signed with freaking Homeland Security. All that's in that big document that the court has now. All your names are in there. Even YouTube channels, all that's in there, everything. It's all in that huge, massive document. So, you know what the crazy thing about this is? Those of you who put your livelihoods and your faith into Fernando, is Fernando going to throw you under a bus? Is he going to be able to make it here and be able to fight his claim? Because if he doesn't, he fails this, that means that everything that's in that document is going to come under a huge, massive magnifying glass. And when they start asking us questions about the individuals, we're going to start pouring out information. It's going to start a huge investigation. It's going to be pretty bad. So, does Jamie have your back? No, he doesn't. Jamie's going to leave you guys under, what do you call it, under the bus? Way under the bus. You're going to be underneath there with that leaky fluid and all that other stuff. You're going to be way under the bus. All right. My power drill in here. All right, that was fun. It's good to talk about that. Now, I'm just going to post my videos. So I got a ton of videos. And for those people at the end of the day who feel that, I don't want to, we don't care. I'm getting signed in 2027. Look at my feet. Contract. We're getting signed, baby. We're getting signed. Our technology is, what we've been selling it for so many years, is worth so much more money. It's worth so much more money on what we can do. So yeah, we're getting signed. I cannot wait till they see what we do. Wait till they see what we do. We're going to break all types of records. All types of records. All these screens out here talking about, oh, we have ambient controlled environments. We have to use these high and expensive 4K projectors and calibration and all. You know, we can throw all that stuff out the window. Our screens do something different, completely different. And AdTech is going to lead the way. Screen that absorbs sunlight. Isn't that gorgeous at the end of the day? We're going to change the game. No more expensive projectors. You know, the problem was, you buy a screen, you had to have deep pockets. The more money you spend, the better quality you got. You spent money for $5,000, $7,000 screen, your quality got better. You spent money for a 4K projector, high-grade one unit, your quality got better. Not with us, it doesn't. You can spend money for a $50 projector. You can go out and buy yourself our technology, which we got some screens and we're very affordable, by the way. And you can get an outstanding image. Heck, you can even go outside with it. Not that. Oh man, I forgot about the world of outdoor white projection screens. Do you have any idea the? Whew, we're gonna crush that area. That area's gonna get massacred by our technology. And now you see the vision. Do you not see the vision, ladies and gentlemen? Do you not see our vision? So that special screen paint coming out in 2027. It's designed to dominate all those white projection screens outside. It gives companies a chance to convert their white projection screens, motorized screens, into the newer technology with ease. But not only that, it's designed to dominate the outside technology of white screens. Do you have any idea how much money is involved in outdoor home theater setups? Isn't that interesting? Yep. We're going to dominate that field easily. We've been doing it for years. You know, Star Wars outside on a 180-inch screen. Excuse me. That was gorgeous, didn't it? It's beautiful. The projector I paid $500 for. That's basically about it. Usually, most customers, when they go outside, they're looking at 5,000, 10,000 lumen projectors. You know what I mean? Usually on the ultra short though, because they're going to be right up on top of the screen. Something they don't have to have a long distance throw on it, because again, this will deteriorate the lumen counts. Our technology can evolve past all that, because we did tons and tons and tons and tons of testing outside on every level you could think of, which means the new technology we're engineering is an advanced version of an outdoor screen paint that can do things that other outdoor screens can never ever imagine to do. And keep in mind, if we want to step it up, we can bring an ad tech outside and we can project outside easily at 1,000 lumens in direct sunlight with no problem. So with that being said, that means we're going to dominate everything outside at that particular point. You know, you got drive-in movie theaters, all that stuff is going to be dominated with the new tech. All right, people, I'm glad we had this conversation. I think I said that multiple times, right? Yes, I did. Gentlemen, here's the thing. We'll see in 2027. The rest of you can watch my company grow, and the rest of you have basically went and did something against my company you shouldn't have done. We'll see you in court. That's pretty much it. I'm done. Yeah, man, it's great to feel on top of everything. I swear. And crush enemies left and right. And no strategy, nothing. It's kind of like you guys went into a gunfight with freaking butter knives at the end of the day. I haven't learned anything from us yet, have you? Nothing at all. Well, I gotta get going. I got much to do. Oh, wait till you see the blackout cloth that absorbs sunlight. You ever seen that before? A blackout cloth that actually absorbs direct sunlight. Oh man, this is going to be fantastic. Let me tell you something really quick. This is really interesting. You know why you don't see, what do you call them, simulator screens with projectors? You know why? Because the projectors have to sit in the front, the front projections. Now, you can use ultra short throw projectors, you can use that. But the problem with the ultra short throw projectors, at the end of the day, they're expensive. They're extremely expensive. You spend $3,000, $4,000 per each ultra short throw projector. It's going to run you into $12,000 to do a screen size. But with the technology we have under ad tech is front and rear technology, which means that black technology we're engineering, it can read right through ultra short throw outside in direct sunlight, which means that you can have screens bigger than 150 inches outside. See, the average ultra short throw projector only did like 100 inches. At one point, it was only 80 inches or 60 inches, somewhere around that size. But anyway, the new ones that came out, like the AWA projectors and whatever, those projectors that promised you that massive 150, which you were never going to receive anyway due to the fact of the pixel compressing technology, which means if a projector compresses at 150 and that's its max, that means you don't have enough pixels past the 150 mark to get a sharper image. That's why when you saw those particular projectors, they were under the 150 compressed rating. Anyway, getting back to this. So the technology we have, we proved that we could take a $60 projector and get a 150 inch. You know that NEC projector we used in all those demonstrations. We got a 150 inch on the wall easily in a fully lit environment on a projector that costs $60 at 720p. And think about the resolution count on it. The pixels were extremely low. So we were able to pull a projector back at around 18 feet, which I had downstairs, and hit a screen at 126 inches with a 600 by 800 resolution. That means at the end of the day that the pixel count doesn't mean anything. Oh, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, screen door effect does not exist on a black screen. They exist on gray and white screens. For those you don't know, when you push your projector back, the screen door effect is triggered when the pixelations expand, which shows these little screen lines all over your screen. That doesn't exist when you have black technology. You didn't think about that one, didn't you? There's kind of benefits about black technology. All right, so let's get back to this. So, with a projector that produces at 150 inches, that means with our technology, you'll get 180 inches out of that. You know, you don't have to worry about the nonsense you'll go through with gray and white screens. And with it being a rear projection, that means you can do a full wraparound. Now, the problem is when you do the LCD displays at the end of the day, you have that little line in between where it separates each monitor. That becomes a bit of a headache at the end of the day. And if you were to use the LED system, that wraparound, they're extremely expensive. You're talking about $10,000 to $20,000 worth of equipment. And again, like I said, overheating issues, dead pixels, and so forth. So, with the screens we're developing involving simulator technology, or simulator screens, we can do a full wraparound, and there is a system that we can connect each projector using an easy edge blending software that allows all the projectors to connect together. And since it's rear projection, you can sit in your chair and be fully submersed in giant screens where you won't have to deal with having the multiple screens side by side and the little line in between. And the bigger you go on those, the more expensive they get. We all know projectors much cheaper. Now, do you understand what we're doing here? There we go. Many applications we can do with the tech technology. So like I said, I'm excited about the new technology. But those of you in Allentown, go over and check out, what's it called? The store called, I think it's Aroma of India. Amazing food, and you get a chance to see the ad tech sitting in the window that we just installed. It looks absolutely incredible. Cha-cha. Hey, I thought what's going to happen. I thought you guys were supposed to be mimicking our technology. You're supposed to come up with this stuff called the Shankala. That's what it's supposed to be. Where's that? Oh, I forgot. Guy never made it because he couldn't make it. He didn't know what he was doing. I told you he didn't know what he was doing. I told you that. Just like I told you guys, you're making these little dinky screen paints. They can't sell that stuff. You can't sell it. Then get you in court for it. We'll challenge your company in court. If you do have some of a company, you can't sell that stuff. You say it's a hobby, so you can sue for a hobby. Nah, you can't sell it. You're just online crying and whining about wanting to be us. Okay. Now I'm done. All right, let me get on that. I got things to do. I'm going to go back over the bridge. We got a simulator we're building. We got to test a hydraulic system. See, that's the things I say at the end of the day. We have to go test a hydraulic system for a simulator we're building with the AdTech technology. What are they doing? Oh, they're doing nothing. They're doing nothing at all. Nothing. Gentlemen, what are you giving back to the projector community? What are you giving back? Nothing. Not a thing. What do we give back? That technology can operate on levels you can't. My customers' demonstrations are better than people who sell paint. There you go. There you go. Mr. Byrd backs it at 150%. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Now they're sitting back angry. The bottom lip biters are in the room, people. They're in there. They're mad. They're drinking that Haterade. Drinking that Haterade on them bottom lip biters. What do you think about doing something stupid? Go ahead. I got people watching you every single day. Everything that you do on social media, I got it already recorded and documented for courts. Go ahead. Say something wrong, incorrectly, post my face, whatever, we got you for court. You know how much money I can get out of you for each time you post my face? You'd be staggering if you knew how much money we could sue you for each time you post my face. And if you think for a minute, just for one small micro minute, that no one will find you, I bet you $100, $100, that the internet provider you've been using, your IP address, It's the same one that your kids use and your mom uses and your wife or whatever is in your home phone. I guarantee you, it's just basic internet. That's what it is. I guarantee you. I know. I trust me. I know. You're on an open IP address. We know. I bet you. Yeah. You know, for a guy who called himself PC King, he called himself PC King at that. Yeah, you should not do. You should never use the name PC King ever. Not ever. Not what you're involved in. No. Mm-mm. No. Do they know you're going around calling yourself PC King? He's not supposed to be online. You do know that, right? Yeah. No. PC King. Dude, you're on an open IP address and you call yourself a PC King. Now, some people may sit there, what about you? I was in the office. That's not my internet. So what are you saying? Okay then. You guys were on your internet, right? Now if I was home, you wouldn't track it either. I'm smart enough to get involved in that. All my IP addresses are hidden. I can ping myself somewhere else. But you guys don't know anything about that stuff at the end of the day. You just jump online and you think at the end of the day a changed name on a Google account is going to save your neck from not being tracked? How dumb are you? Jeez, a 13-year-old could find you. My goodness. And then you wrote your name on all the postcards and their handwritings. All that stuff is in your handwritings. Or someone got a bunch of sealed letters with his fingerprints. All of them. Oh, wow. Man. Did we think anything through when we did all this stuff? We got your fingerprints. You wrote your actual name in your own handwriting on the postcards? Yeah. Yep. See you in court. I'm gonna get out here before it gets shady out here, people. There's just so much I wanted to say, but you know we're done. We're done here. I'm gonna just start flexing. I gotta flex on the whatchamacallit. We're gonna flex on y'all. I got a bunch of videos I can't wait to post. About to go flex on ya. And again, I can't say this enough. For those people who don't support us at the end of the day and say, well, we don't care. I'm getting signed. That's what I'm getting. I'm getting a global contract that's worth millions and millions of dollars. And these people don't even know yet the advancement of what we can do. They've only seen 2 of our screens. That's it. They have not seen what our capability level is. We're going to make them super rich. Well, they probably are super rich, but they're going to make them richer because they're going to make a lot of money off our tech. And as for the customer at the end of the day, well, you know, all that bull crap is out the window for them. They have to worry about dealing with y'all crap at the end of the day. Y'all failure paints at the end of the day. Crappy screens. They don't have to worry about that no more. They have all technology now. Oh, look how angry they get. Oh, I'm so mad. I'm going to leave the room. I'm going to go run into my room with pigtails on and write to my diary. Dear diary, Kenneth Byrd gets on my nerves. Yeah, whatever. That's your problem at the end of the day. Oh, should I show you something? Should I show you something? If I show you, you might cry. I don't want the naysayers to cry. Now, people at the end of the day, like I said, everyday Joes, we don't really make these videos for you. You know, we don't. We know that at the end of the day, don't take it personally. It's not towards you. We got a lot of haters, and we like basically twisting the screws on our haters as much as possible. I do like grilling my haters. I enjoy it so much. I do. So don't take it offensively like it's towards you. No, you're good. You're good. The reason why we engineer this technology, as I said, for the end of the day, so you don't have to go through the bullcrap that they dish out to you. You're going to do some faded, washed out screen. You can't even watch a soccer game off that stupid thing. I can watch a soccer game right out in the middle of sunlight if I choose to. Because we have that technology. But let me show you something we got here. We got to upload these today. I had to do a demonstration on the gunmetal technology inside because somebody asked the question, what's the difference between the gunmetal technology and an everyday white screen? Because the screen was white at one point. And we showed them this. See right there? I don't know if you say that well, but you see the video we posted? That's a napkin that we have sitting up there, and we did a soap color changer, and we showed without that crispy projector, that without that screen paint, that crispy projector wouldn't work for jack. Do you see that? So that screen was white at one point. It's coated with our gunmetal technology. And unlike being in a dark environment with an ultra short throw trying to convince people that something's hitting the screen when it's actually not, we're in a commercial environment. See that? So without our technology, your projection screens don't work. We don't use ambient controlled environments. We use commercial environments when we operate. So without our technology, your screens don't function. And if you think at the end of the day you'll buy from or make some fake product from somebody else at the end of the day, that ain't gonna help you, because we already know testing. We've done tons and tons of testing, and your screen won't work right. So with that being said, we are the only choice. Oops, sun's out. I should have left when the sun was down, which would be much better. All right, I'm so glad we had this time together. Do 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 do. Do 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 do.